Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot people who are serious about manifesting. Maybe learning how to manifest, maybe getting better at manifesting, which is a gift we all have from birth, but it's kind of taken away from us. In fact, been several interesting studies done. Just came across one last week which repeated the same information I've seen in the others. And that is, we get dumber as we get older. And I'm not just talking about old people. They have done, and this is now 3, 4, maybe 5 studies that I'm aware of, where they have checked the genius capacity of 5-year-olds. 98% of 5-year-olds have genius capacity. Definite genius capacity. By the time they get into high school, that's less than half. And by the time they graduate from college, the numbers have reversed. 2 or 3% are the only ones who have genius capacity. The other 97, 98%, sorry, gone. In other words, the more you participate in our educational system, which, by the way, has been set up by John D. Rockefeller to make us stupid. He said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. That's what he said in the early 1900s when he spent the equivalent of $2-3 billion to reshape the educational system in America. He did the same thing with medicine and big pharma. All of that. He had a lot of money, so he got into a lot of mischief. And what he did was he made us dumber. You add to that all the poisons in the atmosphere, dulls the brain, dulls the emotions, dulls the endocrine system, our hormonal responses. Anyway, getting sidetracked. The point is that the more you invest in our educational system, it has been proven, at least 4 studies, maybe a 5th, we get dumber. And that's intentional. So, that leads us to our reading for today. We've got 5 cards. Within about 12 minutes, 13 minutes, we're going to get you right to a point where you're going to see exactly what the energy is. Will it apply to you or not? If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's not you, it's not the reading. There are too many choices, too many possibilities in every single human being for us to connect with everybody. And if an astrologer, and I've done astrology for over 50 years, or a tarot reader, and I've done tarot for over 20 years, if they tell you that this reading is going to hit everybody, they're lying to you. 10 or 15% will be all that can resonate with the reading. The other 80 or 90% won't. It's just, again, too many tubs of slaw, as Monty Python used to say. Too many tubs of slaw, too many choices, too many variables. So if you're getting an astrological reading for a Scorpio, it's not going to apply to all Scorpios. Again, maybe 10% of Scorpios. And it'll apply to a couple of people who aren't even Scorpio sun signs. Same thing with tarot. If it doesn't resonate with you today, and I want to make it very clear, that's why it's very simple, very direct, no frou-frou. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. We got tomorrow, got next week, next month. It's going to catch up with you. And when you have a reading that really resonates with you, that really moves your spirit, go for it. The door's open. Don't pass up the opportunity, because while astrology is the science of cycles, tarot is the science of potential. Okay, you can pass. You can say, the hell with it. I'm not going to bother. Okay, opportunity missed. Sorry. Happens. Door opened. You decided to close the door. But you will know very clearly with just 5 cards and a very clear, concise reading. That's my job. I want to inspire you. I don't want to confuse you. You're confused enough as it is already. Thank you, big media. I want to make it clear, clean. So let's get to it. Middle card, the Oracle card, always sets the mood for the reading, and today it's by the book. By the book. Number up in the right-hand corner is 11. 11's a master number. It's a master decision. Because 11, 1 and 1 equal 2. 2s are always decisions. 11 is a master number, meaning you have a master decision that you can make. This is critical. Probably life-changing. So, buy the book. Let's see what we have going for us. Let's begin with the meme for today. This is from a book called Uncomfortable Truths We Need to Accept. This truth is very simple and it applies. Just because a relationship has lasted a long time doesn't mean it's working. Just means maybe you have a high tolerance for pain, for delusion, for deception. And that's what this buy the book thing resonates with the rest of the cards. You notice the elephant family just following along. Buy the book. Just exactly what the big elephant says to everybody else. Follow me. And so just because a relationship has lasted a long time doesn't mean it's working. The relationship could be the government that you're you know, I'm an American citizen. So I followed my government. I believed all that my government told me, only to find out in the last several years they lied to me about everything. I mean, about everything. It was all a manipulation. Started back more than a century ago for sure, maybe even longer than that. But it was a scam. And so it's a situation where Americans, as patriotic as we say we are probably the most propagandized people in the world. We have been lied to. The United States is not the center of democracy. We don't live in a democracy, haven't lived in a democracy for decades. It's a feudal society. It's controlled by very few people, and we do what they want us to do. They don't come out and say that, although recently they've just come out and said it. But they've set it up so that we move the way they want us to move. We never knew it, which is the best prison in the world. If you don't see the bars, then you don't think you're in prison. But the last several decades have made us very aware that we have been manipulated. And so a lot of people are not going to follow the book anymore. Just because we've had a relationship, we thought, with the federal government of the United States as citizens, it's been around for over 250 years. We didn't have that relationship. So many people are choosing wisely not to go by the book anymore. Let's dig in. All the way to the left, we begin with the Seven of Wands. Wands are possibility, joy, hope, gratitude. Seven of Wands is defiance. It's taking the offensive. It's saying no more. And doing it with gusto. Remember, wands are energy. More and more people are waking up going, what the hell, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I see this earlier? Well, you couldn't, because we weren't looking for that. We were leaning into how great America is, the arsenal of democracy. No, it is corporate Marxism, fascism. That's what it is. And we're beginning to see it. And so the Seven of Wands says people want to knock down the system. I think one of the best ways to do it is to start to work in small groups. Take the power away from Washington, put it in the states, put it in the counties, put it in the cities where we live, and work from the smaller places as groups, and then tie together based on our interests. But wreck our current federal system. That's what the Seven of Wands is all about. I want to plug in. I want to matter. Next card over is the Queen of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas. Many times, other people's ideas that we accept as their own. And the Queen of Swords has very realistic expectations. She's straight talker. And I mean to herself. We all have conversations with ourselves from time to time. It's good because when you hear the words come out of your mouth, you have a chance to listen to what the hell you're thinking, and you go, it's crazy. Or it's brilliant. And that's what the Queen of Swords is all about. She takes this positive energy for change from the Seven of Wands and starts to think about it honestly. She doesn't want to overestimate. She doesn't want to deceive herself. But she's very perceptive. And people are becoming more and more perceptive. I'm seeing it all over the place. In fact, I've seen that some counties around the United States and some states even are calling themselves constitutional, meaning that the people in those counties who run those counties, even some small towns, as well as states and counties, are saying we're going to be a constitutional group now. Government from Washington cannot interfere. We're going to defend our Constitution. That's what we're here for. Defend our Constitution and our citizens here. That's what it's going to take, I think, to get America back. That may take what it's needed for the rest of the world. What that basically means is the next card, the Emperor card. We have to be our own managers. We have to take responsibility. We all talk about freedom. I want freedom, I want freedom, I want freedom. Funny thing is we never take the responsibility that goes with being free. Hopefully we're beginning to learn that that's what we have to do. We are becoming our own authority. When you get those states, those counties that are saying we're constitutional, meaning we're going to stand by the U.S. Constitution and fight against anybody who wants to interfere with our constitutional rights, that's a big step in the right direction. And that, my friend, takes us to our final card, the Two of Wands. Again, twos are decision, wands are positivity, enthusiasm, excitement, energy. This guy in the card is looking at the future. He sees a brighter future. He's energized by that, and that may take him through some of the difficulties that he's definitely going to have ahead. This next year, for all of us here in the United States, and frankly, for everybody around the world, is going to be an ass kicker. And you can see it now. They're pulling out all the stops. They're leaning harder on censorship with the internet. Look what they're doing here in the United States in terms of hurricane stuff. Giving people no help whatsoever. In fact, interfering with help while we're giving billions over to Ukraine, billions over to Israel. Oh yeah, we can help other people, but screw our citizens. No. And that's the way it should be for every country. Very proud of Poland, by the way. You're standing up for yourself in Europe. That's great. A single candle lit in Europe may shine across the whole continent. Keep it up. It's going to start with small groups. Like the Seven of Wands, we say enough. We do the Queen of Swords. We think through something that makes sense, take responsibility for it, and keep focused on the prize, on the vision. We don't want to follow the book anymore. We've been following the book all of our lives. It is not a bestseller. We don't want to waste our time on it. We want to make our lives a best-selling book, something that our kids and grandkids can have a relationship, a good relationship, a positive relationship that lasts a long time as well. It's our gift to them. Begins with us. That's the tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Manifested Tarot reading. Between now and the next time you and I get together to talk tarot, peace and blessings.